When Jesus spoke to the people and in the synagogues, the people were amazed at how he spoke. That he spoke as one with authority and not like the rabbis. Not like the rabbis. What do you mean, not like the rabbis? Well, I've had a bit of experience in that realm, of that world, and the rabbinic arguments are this, and it says this, and that means this, but on the other hand, Rabbi so-and-so says it means this. The study, the debate is fascinating and is loved. Jesus spoke with confidence. It is like this. It is like this. Can we have that same confidence? Do we have that same confidence? Do we preach with that confidence? Paul in 2 Corinthians says, yes, we can speak with that same confidence. And in the 3rd chapter of 2 Corinthians, he's gone on and on about the confidence that we have, and he will go on more. So, let's go into verse 12 of the 3rd chapter of 2 Corinthians and see how it is that we have this confidence. What confidence it is that we have.
Died he for me, who caused his pain, for me who him to death pursued.
Therefore, since we have such a hope, we are very bold. Sounds very simple. Yet there are some things that need to be explained in the language that Paul uses here and the translation of it, because it's not always as easy understood. Everything gets lost in translations. It always does, any two languages. But what's going on here? For one thing, the word hope has changed in the 400 years since the King James used it here, but we still use the word hope. What does hope mean for us today? Well, I hope it doesn't rain on Saturday. There's a Little League game. That's so. That means I wish. I hope I get a PlayStation 5 for Christmas or for my birthday. It's a wish. We could just as easily say, I wish I would. But that's not what this means. The word here that is translated hope, and the meaning of hope 400 years ago, when the translators used it in the King James Version, so many places, hope is a confident expectation. It is what we can totally expect. It's an interesting thing that one of the songs that is sung in church, in many churches, is actually a romance song from 100 years ago or more. But it had the word angel. That means it's religious. Then people added some more verses to make it religious. It's about hope, but it's about the hope of a girl sitting in the East Coast whose young man has gone out, promised to marry her, but has gone out west to make his fortune. But she has hope, and this is why I bring it up. She has hope in the biblical sense, even though it's a romance. Because in that day and age, men kept their promises. And she has a hope, a confident expectation that her young man will keep his promise. Not she wishes he would pop the question. She has a confident expectation, so she has hope, which whispers confidence to her. That is what hope means. It is a confident expectation that gives us strength in the dark hours of the night. We have this hope. What hope? We'll get to that, Paul says. But because we have this hope, we are very bold. Now, that is an interesting phrase, very bold. I did some research on it. It turns out it's an expression that we just don't have in English. I'm trying to translate something that we just don't have in English. A word pair or a word combination is very commonly understood in New Testament Greek. Some translations translate it, we speak clearly. Why would very bold, by one translation, be we speak clearly? It's from the same root as the word rhetoric. It used to be the 3 R's were reading, writing, and rhetoric. Okay, not reading, writing, and arithmetic. So arithmetic starts with an A. Reading, writing, and rhetoric. Rhetoric is how you speak in a way that makes your point clear and convinces the listener. Especially that convinces the listener. And it's from this root. We talk about a rhetorical question. A rhetorical question is a question that the answer is obvious. It is used to make a point. So, this word meant to speak in ways, in phrases, in words, in sentences, in statements that everyone accepted as true. Or it meant to speak in such a way that you were confident that everyone who heard you would accept each of your statements as true because they're obvious. This is the very bold that we have. This is the boldness. Well, where is this boldness from? And this verse is not what tells us. But it starts with the word therefore. What have I said? What I learned from someone else. Whenever you see a therefore, ask the question, wherefore? We need to ask the question, wherefore? Why? Where is this? What is this therefore answering? Well, immediately before, he says, now if the ministry that brought death was engraved in letters on stone, and so on, the glory, if this ministry is glorious, how much more glorious is the one that brings righteousness? Okay. But why would that give us the boldness and the confidence to speak that what we say, we expect people to just say, oh yeah, of course. We go back farther. Such confidence. Oh, look at this. It says in verse, is that a 4? Such confidence as this is ours through Christ before God? Such confidence? Okay, he says that there is a confidence, not that we're confident in ourselves. Oh, it's not a confidence because we're so good. We can't claim anything. It comes from God because he has made us ministers of a new covenant, which is of the Spirit. It is of the Spirit. The same Spirit that came upon and fell upon Jesus, John saw in the form of a dove, and rested on Jesus, showing John that Jesus was in fact the Messiah, the one promised. The same Spirit that came upon Jesus, Jesus has given to us. And we speak with the same Spirit. We are being transformed by the same Spirit. And the Holy Spirit that lives in us is the source of our confidence. So we can speak very boldly as the Spirit guides us to speak and has revealed the New Testament to us. And from this, as what the Holy Spirit is teaching us to speak conforms what the Holy Spirit is teaching us through the Word, one confirming the other, then we can speak confidently, as I speak confidently in these lessons.